So here's exactly how my abs look like. Let me just grab my chair, and if you want to build that six-pack, I have just 5 steps for you that you can implement right now, today, right here, so that you will build that six-pack that will be lick-worthy and kiss-worthy. Yeah, exactly. So if you're interested, let's go. So the first step is so simple, it almost sounds boring. But then you realize that it's the real reason why everything else works. So let me just, you probably know what zip file is, okay? Zip file on like your computer, it's a one file which has like all of files, all of like different folders and images and all of that. So all those files are really compressed into one big file, right? It's a very handy way to move files, to share some files when you don't want to like share 10 different folders, but rather one zip file. And why do I even talk about zip files? I talk about zip files because zip files are kind of like fast foods. So your fast food is usually like one hamburger. It's so easy to eat like 1 or 2 hamburgers in like McDonald's or KFC or something like that. Because they are like one hamburger, it's so easy. Probably it won't fool you for longer, right? And here's the thing. That hamburger has the exact amount of calories as, let's say, big ass dinner that you would made yourself in your house. So the thing is, like, you are eating something that won't even fill you, that is like that zip file, instead of eating like a lot of different folders, different files. I hope you already understand why do I talk about zip files. It's not about the zip files, it's about eating a real food. And I remember when I started like training, I took that one picture. It was probably, you will see that picture on the screen right now. And I remember I was not training abs, I was not like dieting or something like that. I was just eating real food. And that six-pack, it was not like the best, but it was cool. And I remember I was on a party, I'm sitting there next to the table. And here's a girl, a blonde cutie girl next to me. And we are talking, she smiles, and she actually asked for my Facebook so she could text me after the party ends. And she sees that picture, that profile picture with abs. And she does that little thing with her smartphone. She's like, and that face, that look on her eyes, it was something that I truly strive for most of my life. You see, my parents, my mother didn't really loved me properly. Like, of course, she kind of showed me that she loves me, but in her way, but I wasn't feeling taken care of, if you know what I mean. So it was natural for me that I was addicted to pornography, because that was the only time in my life when I could sit and watch women like look at me like that. And that evening I saw the same look, but it was not a lustful look. It was not a look it was not a look of a porn star who played something in a video that I was watching. It was a look of a girl who actually admired my body and me. And she's my fiancée now. And she does the same little thing, the same look on me whenever I'm like shirtless. So if you want that, basically, brother, if you want that girl who would look at you in the same way that my fiancée does, it's just let's watch the rest of the video. The actionable step that you can do right now, right here, is to start eating real food, okay? So it can be eggs. Eggs are like filling like shit, bro. Just eat a couple of eggs, scrambled eggs or something like that with I don't know, with avocado toast, something like that. It will be like shit. You will be full for half of the day, probably. Oatmeal, it may be vegetables, like it's easy to eat a lot of vegetable. So if you will eat a lot of vegetables, they are like not as calorie dense as, let's say, nuts, okay? So if you are eating vegetables, you are actually eating a lot of food, but that a lot of food doesn't have a lot of calories, right? So it's basically easy to stuff your stomach without overindulging in calories. And by the way, if you want to learn more about enhancing your appearance, you might want to check out the first link in the description. Eating real food gets you started. The next tip makes your weight loss inevitable. So listen to me very carefully, okay? Imagine that you have a mana, okay? Like in video games. You have a mana, you are a wizard, and you have your mana point. So each time you take a bite of something, you take a bite of, let's say, a donut, or let's just focus on healthy examples. You take a bite of chicken. Each time you pay with mana to take a bite of that chicken. Okay, that's the spell. Your spell is taking a bite of a chicken. But it doesn't matter how large that bite is, the cost of the spell is the same. So no matter if you like bite the half of the chicken breast or you bite the just you know, that little part, it costs you the same amount of mana. And you can't really regenerate your mana. As soon as you will waste all of your mana points, basically you will have to wait for a cooldown. So the analogy is not about the mana, it's not about the wizard, it's actually about eating slowly. By eating slowly, you will naturally feel more filled. It will be way easier to not overindulge in calories when you are like eating slowly. You are just enjoying the food. You are not like that weird kid who like, yeah, I'm gonna eat. It's like, this was me on a bulk, bro. I was eating, I had a timer and I was eating on a time, literally, because it was so hard for me to bulk. Right now, when you are cutting and when you want to maintain your physique, you shouldn't really eat fast. You should enjoy the food. You should spend as much mana without like taking too much of a bites. You should acquire the cooldown. You should hit the cooldown, which is feeling fulfilled with the food, with eating as less food as possible, right? That's a little hack, and I really used it for like most of my life. I was not like trying to eat very fast, and actually it's very easy to do it with eggs. Whenever I'm eating eggs, it was so hard for me to eat like more than 4 or 5 eggs with, let's say, some sandwiches or something like that, when I was eating extremely, and I mean extremely slowly. So when I was bulking and I was eating like scrambled eggs every single day, I actually had to like do that speedrun thing when I was like, yeah, eating, because I was like 3 eggs and I was like already full. You know what I mean, bro? Those two things work well, but the next tip makes your diet effortless, and without it you will always struggle with your weight loss. So let me ask you a question. Imagine we are in a car and we are driving somewhere. We want to drive from point A to point B, and we are like driving, okay, let's go, and then boom, we don't have any like fuel in our car left. We have to actually go and buy some fuel. So we go there to the petrol station, we are together, we're like cracking jokes, and then, okay, we have to decide which fuel we will get. It's the gasoline, it's the diesel, and hydrogen, right? So just 3 types of fuel, basically. And let me ask you a question. How do you decide which kind of a fuel your car needs? Well, it's obvious. Maybe like my car is on diesel, I'm driving on a diesel, so I will just take diesel. I wouldn't like put gasoline in the diesel. Or like hydrogen, like whatever. Different kind of a fuel. Your car? Let me ask you another question. Does your car ask you, oh, you know what? I feel tired with that diesel thing. I would love to try something new. I would love to try hydrogen. No, your car doesn't care, doesn't give a shit about the type of fuel that it gets. And you see, that's the mistake that you are doing. you are not using the fuel that would basically make you go from point A to point B. You are rather using fuel that makes you entertained. You are thinking, okay, I'm bored eating the same things, and I just want some novelty. I just want something more, something new, something different. It's like you shouldn't really care that much. Okay, when you are going out with your friends, maybe okay, let's eat something new. But if you really want to make your diet stable, you can't be like that car who thinks, okay, like I'm so tired with gasoline, give me diesel. I'm so tired with diesel, give me hydrogen. And that's what society really conditioned us to do. Like, I was eating the same exact meals every single day when I was bulking, when I was cutting. Of course, like when I was bulking, it was like different sets of meals, but you guess the idea. I was eating the same thing for like 1 year, every single day. Of course, I had some moments when I was on a party or I was somewhere else. I was like eating out with my friends or something. But for the most days, for like 80-90% of the times, I was eating the exact same meals. Because food is not entertainment. And that's what people conditioned you to believe. That food is an form of an entertainment. So they make food that will make you addicted more. They make food that is like put like all of those chemicals into it. So you will be more addicted to that food. Use your food as a fuel, not as an entertainment. Okay, so you already know everything about the diet part. But wait till you see what will happen when you will add the second half of the burn fat equation. So you're probably old enough to know what is a multiply. Probably you already understand what's multiplying, right? So the burn fat equation looks somewhere like that. Diet multiplied by movement equals fat loss. So you might have amazing diet. Your diet multiplier could be 100. But if your movement is on a level 1, you still won't see much results, right? Yeah, of course, you might see some results. But it won't be that great. And let me tell you something, because I actually saw that in my life. When I started adding those little movements, and I don't mean that you have to right now go to the gym every single day for like 3 hours, then come back, do some cardio, or like drive with your bike from the gym and like do all of those weird things. No, just start literally walking more. When I'm like talking to someone on the phone, I'm usually walking around the room. When I'm reading something, I walk around the room. Maybe instead of actually going to your shop to buy a car, maybe actually go on a walk. And here's the part that will change everything for you. Because it's not really about the movement and burning calories itself. It's more about the truth that healthy lifestyle compounds. So when you start adding movement to your life, when you start working on your mental health by meditating, by doing gratitude journal, all of those things compound and they really like multiply in that weird way. So now you may think, okay, like going on a walk once per day for like 15 minutes won't change that much. But you will go on a walk and you will spend more time in the nature. Your mental health will get better. Maybe you will actually start going out with your friends, and instead of going to parties or some clubs, you will actually go to the forest on walks. Then it will be more enjoyable, and you will, instead of like spending 2 hours in a party or 2 hours sitting and playing video games, you will go out to the forest and just talk, just chat there, doing some like crazy adventures. Now you will have, your mental health will skyrocket, and by having better mental health, you will be more disciplined to work on your body, to work on your diet. You see how this compounds. You see how amazing it is that one little difference can change literally the trajectory of your life and your future self. So why not work on that? Now you are doing almost everything right, but you still miss one fundamental thing that could give you the warrior thick abs. So when I was skinny, so before I bulked, before I gained weight, I remember I was taking a picture of my physique and I saw my bicep and it was like I was very skinny. I was not, I didn't have much fat. And yet it looked like shit. And then I thought to myself, am I stupid? I crave definition in my bicep, but my bicep is not thick. So it won't look good. You see what I mean by that? If your abs are not thick, if you don't train your abs, no matter how much body fat you will lose, how much how shredded you will be, you still have some untapped potential. So basically, you should work on thickening your abs. How to do it? How do you thicken any muscle? Just run an experiment. How do you thicken any muscle? You train it to the muscular failure with weight, and then you progressively overload it, right? And now you know what to do. So basically, pick an exercise on your abs that you can use weight on. It may be those cable crunches, it may be those sit-ups, weird things with weight hanging around your neck, your legs. Just basically add weight to your training and progressively overload it. By thickening your abs and doing every single thing that I told you before, you will have the warrior level abs. So by the way, if you like this video, you might subscribe to this channel to become the part of our creed, a creed of young men who are trying to level up their lives by changing their physiques. And if that video helped you, you might want to also check out the first link in the description, because I can guarantee you that there is something that you might be interested in. So, do your best and leave the rest to God.